Jermell Charlo facing off against Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight title this past Saturday in a fight that was supposed to be hotly contested. And when the fight happened, it was an outright demolition. Canelo destroyed Jermell Charlo. Canelo absolutely demolished Charlo, and Charlo did not put up any resistance at all. It was an outright whitewashing from Canelo Alvarez in a performance that just answered that, one, answered a couple questions, and two, begged some questions with Jermell Charlo. What was his actual reason for getting into the ring if that type of horrendous performance was going to be his MO on the night? Now, why do I say it was horrendous? Well, now let's break down the fight. Round one came into play. Canelo Alvarez comes out. Jermell Charlo comes out. It's a very cautious affair. Both of them respecting each other's skill sets. Canelo not really throwing a whole lot, more so walking and stalking. Charlo being wary of the power, being hesitant to throw. By Canelo throwing one big hook and landing on the block of Charlo, it changed the whole dynamic of the night and the whole dynamic of the fight for the rest of the evening. Charlo now, after feeling, not even getting it clean, feeling the power of Canelo Alvarez on his glove, immediately made him defensive, immediately made him become cautious, overly cautious, immediately made him fearful. From round one on, he was scraping the ropes all night long, going around in a circle, not engaging Canelo at all. A just out and out fear of what can get him caught. And what happened? He still got caught anyway, because I believe it was in round 7. Canelo catches him with an overhand right, knocks him down, or forces him to take a knee, from the damage, and so he still got put down anyway. And all that caution still did not weigh heavy in terms of the outright outcome of the fight later on, because it didn't amount to anything. And this is the problem with Charlo in this fight. Charlo gave Canelo too much respect. And in the same vein, Canelo did not respect Charlo because of it. Offensively, Canelo was just able to do whatever he wanted and just walk Charlo down, threw big shots left, right, and center, loading up on haymakers like we know he always does. And it caused Charlo to never want to engage in the slightest. And it caused the lion to become a cub. It caused the big talker, the big bravado of a fighter, the man who is so confident in himself, to lose everything, stepping into that ring. And we saw this be the case as the fight month was going on, with media days, with training camp, with him interacting and being asked questions and interacting directly with Canelo in press conferences. It was all different. Everything was different. Nothing was the same when it came to Charlo and Canelo, and versus what we've seen against Harrison, versus what we've seen against countless fighters before this, in terms of Charlo's bravado and Charlo's flair and Charlo's out and out unabated confidence. It was immediately quelled. Many people, myself included, put that to he's just being extremely focused with this being the biggest fight of his career, both financially and legacy-wise. And it would have made him the A-side in any negotiation talks for the rest of his career. There was nobody, if he won this fight, that would have been able to say anything about who's the A-side or B-side in terms of Charlo for the rest of his career. It would have been him. But when he got into the ring and interacted before the ring, it was all docile. It was all categorized under respect. Overarching respect. Overwhelming respect. And it was respect that became his downfall. He, because of who Canelo was, because of his accomplishments, let the aura of Canelo cloud what he was as Charlo, which is a dog. And he didn't fight like one because he didn't approach this fight like one. He did not fight like the Charlo that we know. He did not carry himself like the Charlo that we have seen be out and out confident in his ability to be successful, regardless of the opponent. He did not look like the Charlo that was going to give his all, especially in this kind of moment. He was timid. He was fearful. He fought scared. He fought in the complete opposite nature of who Charlo is as a man and as a fighter. And the Charlo that we've been touted as bringing to the ring, if he fought Canelo, it would be a different story because it would have a different dog in the fight. Turned out to be a non-existent pup. It was as if Charlo was didn't want to be there and just wanted to survive. He was complacent with just surviving. Not even trying to bring the fight. Not trying to adapt to a new game plan. Giving any different look to Canelo to make him have to think in some capacity. Didn't happen. And it's because Charlo was complacent with just being there. Lying down. That's what you did. As the big lion that you claim yourself to be, you laid down and let yourself get killed. Excuse me. Killed would have been knocked out. You let yourself get mauled. That's how Charlo fought. It's despicable. It's despicable on his part, on Charlo's part, and it's impressive on Canelo's part. Because let's categorize this for Canelo. Let's put this in context for Canelo. Canelo Alvarez doing this to Jermell Charlo is in fact incredible. Doing this to, at the time, the undisputed super welterweight champion is incredible. Yes, he was the bigger fighter in terms of weight. Yes, Charlo had to come up to fight him from 154 to 168. Perfectly fine. In terms of we understood context. So we saw somebody who had the skill set to be able to legitimately give Canelo major trouble and have these skills and tools physically to upset Canelo, as well as being one of the names that everybody was saying that Canelo didn't want to fight and or that Canelo wouldn't fight ever. People were clamoring, give one of them an opportunity and get tested. Let one of these lions come and try to eat. That's what you all wanted. And look at what happened. He made him absolutely look like a cub. He made him look like a child. He made him look scared in the ring, which is something I never thought I would say from Jermell Charlo. But from the press conference all the way up until the fight, that whole month and a half, something seemed off, and what we tried to play off as concentrated focus on the fight at hand. Not being loud, not being brash, not having the bravado. Trying to focus all of his energy on the night of the fight. Turned into, oh, this man just wanted to survive. He wasn't trying to focus anything. He fought as if he was afraid to be in the ring. And to have the ability to do something like that against a Charlo is significantly impressive. We're not gonna do this whole, oh, he fought somebody that came up to weight classes. Oh, you can't hold it in that same high regard. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. We're not gonna play that. We are not going to play that. We are not going to sit here and play as if we were not clamoring, or that there wasn't a significant portion of the boxing world that follows boxing that wasn't saying that Jermell Charlo or any of the Charlo brothers could be a major threat to fight Canelo. Making fantasy matches, and Canelo made him look outclassed. Canelo made Jermell Charlo look like, in a way, made Paul Butler look in their undisputed fight. That's what Canelo did to Charlo. He made him back up, succumb to all the pressure, be afraid of the power, not wanting to even attempt to counter, make him fight on the back foot all night long, never allowing him any respite or low time, being disrespectful to Charlo because of not only Charlo's style, but because Charlo couldn't hurt him with his power, walking him down with his hands down, slipping with his hands down, being as nonchalant as possible, tanking shots, literally tanking Jermell Charlo's best shot, and then walking forward with his hands down, or with a loose guard ready to attack again. Just outright not giving Jermell Charlo any form of care, as if he was anything significant. Treating him like nothing in terms of his approach to walking him down in the fight. But don't say, oh, Canelo ain't knocked out somebody that was moving up from 154 to 168. Oh man, that's a terrible performance. No, it was just still outright domination. Outright domination. Even without the knockout. Even without it. Because if you're running scared all fight long, it is hard to catch you. But he still dominated all fight long. That's not bad. That's not a knock. This is against, again, an undisputed champion coming into this fight. He was against an undisputed champion who was the better of the two Charlos that people were clamoring for Canelo to fight. And he's done it now. Don't hold it against him when he dominated and made Charlo look like an absolute punk in the ring by not even trying to attempt to throw any offense. Don't try to hold that against Canelo now when you then could go against other people for doing the exact same tactic of running just so they don't get knocked out. You can't be mad at a runner for not getting knocked out in a fight and you want them to actually turn it into a fight and hold it against Canelo for not knocking out somebody that's doing that exact same thing and not trying to fight at all. Contradicting yourself. It's idiotic. Stupid. Canelo dominated in such overwhelming fashion that it makes us question if Charlo really wanted to be there. Makes us question if Charlo actually was about that life or if he's been talk all fight long in the competition that he's been facing. Maybe he hasn't been as elite as we thought. And him as a fighter going up against one of the best of a generation when he has the tools and skill set to actually beat him and didn't even attempt. Something's different. Yeah, I'm gonna look at Charlo differently now.